Matt here. It is currently the bloody 13th of January 2026, and this is a personal update. So, people look at me, they look at the booze, and they think, man, this must be a case of drugs and alcohol taking a guy out. It isn't. It really disappoints me when people say that, because that's a symptom, and this is the very normal symptom of, for most people who end up having a chronic drug problem. It comes from having a lot terrible things happen to you, but also having no outlet and no protective factors. So what happens in situations such as mine is I had every aspect of my community was hostile to me during periods of immense stress, and as a result of my screens being streamed and being under surveillance and the police harassment that I've been through, which has not been justified at all, it has destroyed my life. And destroyed me, honestly. Like, come the fuck on, guys. This has been terrible. It's been cruel it's been cruel behavior. It's been weird. Terrible people. Back to the point. It's not possible for me to have meaningful relationships or connections or anything. So that what ends up happening is you get that. It's a symptom. It's a symptom of something going on. And then what happens is that because I have this issue, is that the causes of the behavior then get used, and the people who are causing the behavior then have a justification to keep the abuse and the cause of the behavior because of the behavior. So because I drink a lot of alcohol, I'm then marginalized and then seen as someone who is who needs to be observed and controlled and these things. But it's the control and the domination of me and the abuse of me and the surveillance and the screening and the abuse for no fucking reason. The abuse I've received is not being justified. It is not okay. It is terrible what has happened to me and what I've had to do to survive it. I can't function in a regular sense much anymore because to compensate for my ADHD, I got really good at using calendars and note taking and these things. But because everything I write is watched and my organization is watched, I then provide a target list for whoever is trying to disturb or interrupt whatever I'm doing, or use me as a means of gaining attention and notoriety, or get or plan an activity around my schedule. So I can't write things down. I can't have a calendar, and for a person with ADHD, that is disabling. And then you add the substance use on top of that, so it's just not possible to get up. And it all comes down to how disabling having my screens watched is, and having my life interrupted by these people. It's terrible. It is horrific. And for them, and at one point they used to think that they were helping me, or like this was something which was consensual and good. It's never been that. These people are just horrific individuals. truly heinous people. So yeah, it's it's a tough place. It's a horrific situation to have been in, and it's incredibly difficult to get out, because to go to work or to a job interview is to go through an interrogation each time, where I have to bring up facts about the past. I have to do it in front of an audience. I have to do it in front of the police every fucking time. And I haven't done anything wrong, but being under that scrutiny all the fucking time, and there is no reason for it. This is a cruel thing to do to someone. But being under this scrutiny, and like, but it's not just that, it's because it's dangerous every time, because I haven't done anything wrong, but being legally exposed like that means that there is always the opportunity for a malevolent officer or malevolent person to use my position of vulnerability as an opportunity to cause harm. Because my life, you need to remember, my life has been destroyed by sadism, other people's sadism, and other people's need for hierarchy, and to feel on top of things, and to be unsettled that I've done well across a host of domains. Like I have the problems I'm having because of being actively stopped from getting on with my life. That's what the problem I'm facing, and it's not moral insufficiency. It's not poor character. It's not, strictly speaking, mental illness. It's the perpetuating factors to that mental illness. Okay? That's what's causing the problem. That you get rid of that, there is opportunity for my life to get better. But it's the intervention of other people which has caused all of the suffering and all of the problems. I used to think that I just needed to train and be more intense, and I wanted to at one point get an exercise physiologist who would be able to run a training program for me, and it would have to be an EP who I developed a relationship with in person, because I've got all these injuries in my body, and this was before my hip went out, so now it's just not possible. But I wanted to work towards being like win like a state title at blue belt in jiu-jitsu, or at purple belt, and I wanted all my time devoted to that activity outside of what I needed to do for work and my internship. And I thought that would get me off booze, but what I found is that that approach does not work. The reason why my life has been so difficult has been these perpetuating factors. It has been the causes of the suffering. It's been the causes of my problems, and that comes through the people I have associated with. And the key is to not associate with people who engage in activities which involve sadism, particularly as a hobby. Because those people they're congregating around a personality characteristic which is potentially quite bad, and it's just not a great place to meet, to reliably meet safe people. I had these people who were military, so flagged for sadism, engaged in a martial art where we were strangling each other as a hobby, and then at the end of it, there's there's all the other stuff going on, and they're nerds, so they don't have the fucking social skills. It's like, that's the kind of place that you're going to meet people who do unnecessarily nasty things, and they do it for fun. And I came across that, and I unfortunately came across it in the corporate world, where there were all the other things and incentives going on. It's me. I'm learning to keep track of the incentives, whether they be personality or like a physical financial thing, and I'm sort of tracking how I view people around that, right? And who is a safe person, who's not a safe person to associate with, or a safe group of people. But either way, that's the rant. It's something which needed to be said. Like, the problems I'm having are because of perpetuating factors. It's not because of anything internal to me. It's the situation and the formula. And working around it's very difficult, and over time I'll get better at working around it. But there's a lot to work that will always be there structurally, which I need to work around. Have a good one.